The American Rev Zechariah A Jackson from the church of what's happening now. From Plainfield, New Jersey. We are out at occupied Wall Street. You know, you only wonder one thing, and you wonder this right here, what's going to happen 2 weeks from now when it's freezing cold? Yes, brother.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Brother Zechariah.
Yes, sir.
What town you come from?
Plainfield, New Jersey.
This is your first time or second time?
First time here, yes.
Are you doing this job for any type of ideals, or you doing it for God?
I'm doing my work for God. No church at all has ever invited the Reverend in to take up a collection to help me in my work. Because see, I got to go on the limb for this right here. And the reason why I got to go on the limb for this right here, because this is what I believe in. I believe in man, woman, and child being able to live comfortable in the United States. So if I believe that right here, then I have to do all I can with the little funds that I have to get out here and help show this stuff on YouTube. Help it on with faith. I give the faith to God. That's who I am. I'm the Rev Zechariah A Jackson from the church of what's happening now. I wonder, as the weather's changed, autumn takes ground. Another month, we're looking at winter, the 21st of next month, December. I wonder what's going to happen to this colony. What's going to happen to these people that's out here, that's giving all they got to lay in this park, to live in tents. What's going to happen to them? I heard somewhere where the authorities here in New York was talking about pulling them out of the park. And I only hope that if that does happen, that it's a gentle pull. I only hope that it's a peaceful resolution than a hard-out revolution. Okay, again, I'm the American Rev Zechariah A Jackson from the church of what's happening now.
Very good.
Yes, again, I am the American Rev Zechariah A Jackson from the church of what's happening now. I feel comfortable coming out here in New York. It's been a minute since I've been down this area. In fact, a little over 11 years before 9/11. Can you introduce yourself?
My name's Jackson. I'm coming from Kansas City, and I've been here since Friday, and I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning to go work in Vermont. But to get to Vermont, I had to pass through New York City, and so while I was here, I decided I'd spend a few extra days and show my solidarity, get out here and see what was really going on.
So you're here a part of the colony family?
Yeah, the occupied family.
Occupied family here, right here in this part of New York. Now, what is the feeling of being here at night when all the lights are gone and the crowd is basically going home? What's the feeling? What is it like?
Well, you know, they keep all the street lights and everything on. We're in New York City, so it never really gets that dark, but you can read at night if you want to.
Wow.
It's light enough. And, you know, all the other people are gone. It's just sort of the hardcore people, the core group, people that are going to be spending the night here. And a lot of people, you know, they get into their tents, you get in with your closer friends. And that's when you'll have more personal conversations. Talk about all the politics and things that have gone on today. It takes a lot of work to keep this community going. And you know, with the group this big, obviously not everybody's going to agree all the time. So there's a lot of, there's a lot of theorizing and talking about just how to run this community better. You know, how to make this community a better place, including how to make the rest of our society a better place.
Okay, and you know, I guess the public on YouTube, because this is going to YouTube and Facebook, all the web, would want to know, what about sanitation? What do you do about it?
Sanitation is definitely a big thing. The restaurants around here have been great in letting us use their bathrooms. Burger King and McDonald's both. I'd really like to thank the workers there. We don't agree with a lot of things that the companies do as the companies, but the employees we definitely have solidarity with. They're part of the 99% too, and we really appreciate them helping us. We do have a program where people that live here in New York City and agree with the movement come in and actually make their bathrooms available for people to take a shower.
Oh wow!
And as far as just keeping it clean, it's all volunteer work. I myself swept all around the perimeter of the park this morning, and everybody just pitches in, tries to pick up after themselves, picks up after other people. There's a church nearby that helps us keep dishes clean, washes dishes.
Oh, okay, okay. Wow.
So it's really a communal effort.
So at night, you guys bond in a certain way. You talk about different things that go on during the day. And let me ask you this way. How long? You're only here for another day, but you won't live for long. Because you have a job. Okay. What's going to happen, let's say, 2 weeks, when the winter really sets in?
I think there definitely may be some people that are here right now that won't be up for the harsher weather. I know there's lots of people that are planning on going to places like Miami and San Diego where the winter's a lot milder.
Sure.
So that they'll still be supporting the movement and working for change, but they won't be in such a harsh environment. But I don't really foresee the nature of the protest changing at all. I think there's a lot of people here that are very dedicated. There's a lot of resources available here. They just approved several $1,000s for new tents. And this is going to be here all winter. This isn't going anywhere.
We will be back. We will be back. And good luck with the job.
Thank you very much.
Introduce yourself again.
My name's Jackson. I'm from Missouri.
All right.
It's great to be able to reach out to you guys.
All right.
Can I have a word with y'all?
Okay, let's go. Again, this is the American Rev Zechariah A Jackson from the church of what's happening now. We're here in, well, I refer to it as a colony, and if I offended anybody, I'm very sorry. But just the idea of an occupied Wall Street is what you guys call it. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Eric Richardson, and it's a pleasure. My name is Eric Richardson. It's a pleasure to be here with you gentlemen, and thank you for coming out and using your camera as a weapon against tyranny.
How long have you been staying in this occupied Wall Street?
I've been here 3 weeks collectively, 2 weeks full-time. So 2 weeks I've been a full-time resident. I was coming down after work, and now I feel that the nature of this phenomenon is so strong that I'd like to participate around the clock. So
are you from New York?
Yes, sir. I'm from New York City.
What part of New York?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I was raised in Rockland County, right outside New York, and I've been back and forth throughout the 5 boroughs and, amongst other places for the rest of the time of my life.
What is it like? You have a tent here.
Yes, sir.
And what is it like at night? Let's say 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Wow. What is the atmosphere when the buses have stopped running and things like that?
Right.
You get a little quiet, as I heard that the lights are still on. But
it's quiet, but I just happen to be at a location that pretty much operates around the clock. That's where they give out free cigarettes, but we refer to it as the Free Academy because we also give out information.
Now, who's giving out free cigarettes? Because cigarettes cost a whole lot of money.
They do cost a lot of money. And due to the fact that we're giving them out free, we see that the cost is not really that great. And it just goes for any other commodity. It's the same for any other commodity.
Somebody chipping in, buying a cigarette?
Chipping in, donations, everyone funds everyone else. And I don't know if there's a term for that, there's a terminology for that type of commerce, but everyone is happy. It reduces, some of the social tension. And, we try to use it somewhat as a platform for meeting people, meeting all the colonists. And just
it's an honest level of trade, like a barter system.
Correct. That's exactly what. Well, you can get more. If you want 5, you can say, "Give me 5. I want 5," and you didn't put any money in. It doesn't matter. It's understanding that there are universal, unlimited resources that the planet and the Mother Earth provides, that our Father provides, and that we are just here to just allow each other to have those resources. And that's the same thing for resources on a larger scale.
Sure.
Right?
Well, I just want you to know this right here, just a little clarity here, that this right here will be onto YouTube, Facebook, and all the web.
Sure, I'm in support of any type of free media. We've complained recently to people even like Tavis Smiley, Russell Simmons. We're telling them that we don't feel that we're getting a fair share of media representation, but it's also up to us to deliver that.
Sure.
And that's where you guys come in.
So we come in. Okay, one more question. What about sanitation? How do you keep this place clean? What happens at 2 o'clock in the morning when one needs to go to the bathroom?
Well, they now have occupied bathrooms, which are down the block and around the corner. They're available 24 hours. They're just some porta potties, but you can use it if need be. The Trinity Church has been more than generous.
Okay.
McDonald's has been generous. You read in the paper that these businesses are hurting during the presence of Zuccotti Park, but if you spend 30 seconds here, you'll realize that that's a sheer impossibility. There's nothing but prosperity taking place here. And that's what they don't want you to know.
So you're saying that the restaurant owners are not upset with you guys?
Not by no means. They're making a killing killing. Okay, this is probably the #1 tourist attraction in the world. Bloomberg said that Zuccotti Park was going to hurt tourism. Well, it's not. People are flying in every day. They're busing in every day. First time. People, the amount of people I've met in New York City for the first time is an immense amount of people. And
you know, it was strange when I got off the PATH train here. I hadn't been here since 9/11, a year before 9/11, so I'm used to the whole different thing. And the people that was coming this way, you know, I had to really excuse myself with the bag and the camera and all that kind of stuff.
Well, this is commonplace. This has become the world's meeting place, the world's place of ideas, the world's place of interaction, the world's place of education. This is the world's largest classroom right now in Zuccotti Park. We are learning what it means to be human beings. We are learning what our true existence on the planet was meant to define and how we are supposed to go about conducting ourselves amongst each other. And now this is an even playing field. So you're going to have a guy with a drug problem right next to a guy who goes to church, right next to a guy who works for Wall Street, right next to a guy who just got out of college. The playing field has become level, but it's up to all of us to accept each other, love each other, interact with each other, and, you know, forgiveness to no avail.
All right. Okay, introduce yourself again.
My name is Richardson. I grant my brother's permission to use my images, and I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
All right. I guess at the end of this here, I guess I can only say one word. Keep hope alive.
I'm David.